Okay, welcome everybody, and let's go deep down into this new pygame tutorial about making a game just like Flappy Bird, something like that. Let's start from scratch to say so, and let him check this part here. We have here a basic window with the screen that is the main surface and the basic input for to make a blank window. Now in this window we wanted to place a background, so we're gonna look for an image on that can fit, and I got this 400 for 600. Maybe we will adjust it later. Let's go on the internet and let's find for a background. So I'm gonna just check out on Google and look for something that is the original game, something like that, or some adaptation, some really just simple background like this, just to see how we can make something like for a game just like this. We need a simple image here, and so I'm taking this image and I'm just will adapt it just a little bit to adapt it to the screen. I think we are going to make something like a something like a 600 for 400 kind of thing. Okay, so let's go on now, and now that we have chosen the background, let's place it into our game. So I'm gonna save it in the folder where we have the main code, without making any folder, just leaving it simply like that. And I'm gonna change also the title of the game to Flappy Pygame. You can find the code on GitHub. I will leave a link below, and then we are going to load our image, and we will use pygame.image.load and for the background. But I want to create a function for this, where these load functions accepts an argument that is the file name, and I just will return this object that is the surface that with the image on it that will be generated when you call this pygame.image.load with the name of the file inside. And I don't wanna even write the .png at the end, because I'm gonna add it in the function itself. So we just need the name, because I will just use PNG files. In case you want to use other type of files, you're gonna change the extension here. And now I'm gonna create a sprite class. Sorry, here I made this mistake here. I call it a definition, a function. So, but this is a class, and I will change it soon. So I will inherit from the pygame class pygame.sprite, and so I will initialize the super class with super, and in parentheses sprite, that is the class itself, and comma and self, and this goes right after the def underneath self method of this sprite class. So I'm gonna define the self.image, that you need to use it if you wanna then use the group class that I will show you in a minute. And so I will pass this file. When I create an instance of the class like bg equals sprite, I will pass Flappy, for example, as the name of the image to be loaded, and then I will create a rectangle because I needed to move something or replace something on the screen, and we want to use this class not just for the background but also for our Flappy image. So I'm gonna do g.add self, and you will see now we create the g object. This is pygame.sprite class that will contain, that will hold something that doesn't works because I got this update with pass, and I should this will overwrite the yes. And I also have this class thing. I forgot to call it, to use the keywords class instead of def, of course, to define the class. But here we need also, we haven't found the PNG because the name was BG, not surface, and not Flappy. Now there is another thing that I must add here. When you use g.draw to draw on the screen all the sprites that you are using, you must put as an argument the surface on which it will be printed, it will be shown. And so here it is, our drawing on the screen. So now we need to do the same thing here for the Flappy Bird, for the sprite. Okay, let's take a picture, something about Flappy Bird. Let's adapt it. Let's take it just as an example here. I'm gonna make some stuff here to make it of the right sides. I wanna choose the sides of 32 for 32 bit pixels, and so now I am gonna use some tools to make this thing of the right sides. So now I am saving my 32 for 32 image, and now we are going to create our, after we saved this image like Flappy PNG, we're going to create another class with the class sprite, giving it this name of Flappy. And now I want to also position, and I need the position for the different sprite, as I'm using this class for different objects. So I'm gonna do self x equal x, self y equal y, and I'm gonna put the first image at 0, 0, and we need to do the same for Flappy. And Flappy, I want to position it at the beginning of the screen, in the middle of the height of the screen. So 50 and 200, let's say. Then we will see if this will work. As you've seen here, it places it on the top because I used self-image.rect, and the self-image.rect returns a rectangle that is at 0, 0, and has the width and height of the image, but we wanna a rectangle that starts at the position that we gave it when we made the instance of the object. So there it is, like in the middle, something like that. Maybe it's better at 300, and there it is. There it can go there, and it will remain there because this image just can go, this Flappy Bird can just go up and down. Now don't need the key left and right, we just need the key to go up. And I'm gonna, okay, I'm putting the clock tick for the frame rate up, but usually I put it down, so I think I will do the same. And I have my keys here. If event key equal left and right, I don't need them. I just need my if event dot key is equal k up, and yeah, in the key up event type, and I'm gonna do flappy dot y equal 0, but this is not good because first of all I need to update the group of sprites, and but if I update them I need to delete this update thing here that override the original method, or I have to create a new one. You see now that it goes to up, just right up, because I have coded like this, because now nothing happens because it could use rectangle, but not. Okay, so I'm gonna do rect.top equals 0, but doing this, what will happen that it goes up to 0. I just want it to go not to 0 but to go a little up, like it was jumping, but not like this, not equal -10, but minus equal 10 maybe. You see it goes a little up when I press, but this is not yet good for the jumping thing or flying thing, flying higher. So because I need to do something like when I press up, the move up variable is set to 1, is set to 0 when it do not flies, do not jumps, and it's set to 1 when it makes the jump. And if it makes the jump, it will go up of the top will go up of 1 pixel, but we need to move up, need to be initiated here, and we need to, if we need to put it, make it global, or put it inside the function, because if it is outside, as we give here a move up equal 1 inside the function, it will think that it's a local variable. So maybe I can transform it in a global one or make it just local. So I think I'm gonna make it local, bringing the, because to make it global, well, it's the same, but I want to make it just local. I don't think I'm going to use this move up outside of this main function. And so now when I press, it goes up indefinitely. We need just to make a jump, so we want to make a temporary thing that is linked to a series of loops, so a number of loops. We have to count for how much time it goes up, and then it stops, and eventually goes down, goes back down for back to the initial position. So I'm gonna put the clock tick at 60 here, down here. This is, I remember the frame rate. The higher you put the frame rate, the more, the higher will be the speed to which the sprites will be placed on the screen, and so it will seem that they are running faster, animating faster, etc. So if move up minus equal to, so this will make it go up faster because it was a bit slow. So now I am gonna put another variable here, start counter equal 1, so that this will start counting. So the start counting is plus equal 1, and when this will go, for example, to 20, it will stop. So it will avoid the bird to go up indefinitely. So if star counter is equal to 20, star counter will go back to 0. But I need also to put the move up to 0. So we need to put the move up to 0 so that it will stop going up when the counter is arrived to 20. Okay, and so now what we want to do is to make some adjustment. Maybe we don't need some variable. Now I have to see how to make it go down, but I won't make it go down when the counter goes to 0, but I want to make it go down always. Just like there is a gravity force that brings the bird down unless it presses the jump button. So I'm gonna create this gravity function, and this gravity function will just make one thing. Will make the Flappy rect.top to go down of 1. So this, okay, to go down of 1, it means that you have to do plus equal 1, because you start from 0 to the top and go progressively increasing, going towards the bottom of the screen. So you get to do plus equal 1 to go down. So if not move up, and I also use this variable here that will avoid going down when it jumps. Okay, so now it kinda works, and I think that we've done for the moment. We can just make some adjustment here to make it jump, make the jump a little higher, and some adjustment also here to make it go a little faster when it goes up, a little higher and a little faster. And so I think that this is good. We could try with the 3 and test the difference feel that you feel when you do this. So yeah, now I think I just can do some instead of, I can use a variable here to store the jump speed to 3, and I can here describe what this is doing. And so for this lesson we're good. We're quite satisfied with the results. Now in the next lesson we have to create the other sprites that represent the obstacles to be avoided, that will go from right to left to end this very simple Flappy Bird game. Thank you.